the mysterious, the macabre, the out of this world. The following are real people. They have real stories, and they've had real encounters. Here tonight on Newsworthy, 2 words and 2 question marks.
He's alive! Have you checked the children? Get out!
Welcome to Encounters. Tonight, Jerry interviews Austin. That's a great UFO story and a great encounter.
Hello, it's Jerry back here again at Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival. We're fortunate enough to have Austin with us, who has decided to stop by and tell us some stories that he has witnessed. Austin, please tell the listeners what you've just told me.
So, as I was saying there a while ago, me and my wife, about 8 years ago, were driving down a little country road. Like I said, it's a typical UFO story, you know, old country road. We were driving, and all of a sudden, the sky lit up above us in this deep, deep blue color, and it was so bright that it looked like it was like noon in the day. And I could see for miles in every direction. And it wasn't lightning. It wasn't any kind of aircraft or anything that I could think of. It was just.
And it wasn't just a couple seconds. This went
it
on
was-
for a little
It was
bit.
about a minute of just unblinking, unwavering light, just like somebody had turned, you know, a light bulb on above our car, and just all of a sudden, too, there was no like, you know, gradual like light coming on. It was just like that, like somebody just flicked the lights on. So, as we sit there, you know, talking about it, I had decided I'm going to have to get out of the car and see what the source of this light is. So as I went to step out of the car and look up above us, it just went off just as fast as it came on. And that was just as jarring and unnatural as when it came on. It was just so unsettling. I can't stop thinking about it. I've thought about it almost every day ever since then. I've never seen anything like it since or before.
I think everyone would. That's, you know, I was talking about it earlier. I swear, if you had dementia later in life, you're still going to remember this. You don't forget this.
No.
You wouldn't.
And I've talked to people about it. I've not heard any other similar stories. And you know, you hear stories about like ball lightning and things like this. And I've looked for explanations, and I cannot think of anything that would just emit a light that bright and just hover.
You did tell me that evening you ran into a buddy of yours who could verify the incident, right?
Yeah. So right directly after that, I ran. You know, I stopped at a gas station. And I ran in, and like I said, I was a big ball of nerves, and I don't know if it was panic or excitement or both, and I was asking the lady working at the gas station if she saw any lights in the sky, and she said, "Oh, honey, would you need me to call somebody?" I was like, "Who do you call about this? Air Force, NASA?" I said,
Ghostbusters? Who do you call?
Yeah, I was like, who do you call about something like the police ain't going to do anything?
Yep.
And just as I was trying to explain to her what happened, well, my friends had walked in. So I said, look, I said, I'm panicking right now. I said, tell me I'm not crazy. I said, did you see any lights in the sky? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I was driving down Spencer there a while ago, and the whole sky lit up for a solid just this bright, like royal blue light. And he's like, well, man, he said, I saw something blue. He said, I assumed it was police. And I put my truck over, waiting for them to just pass me. And I waited, and it just went away. And I assumed that, you know, if they were coming up behind me, they turned off on a different road. So I just drove on in here. I didn't think anything of it until you said something just now. So at the time, whenever he would have saw it, like compared to where I was at, we would have been about 7 or 8 miles away. So it would have been extremely bright for him to see it that far.
Absolutely.
But from my perspective, it looked like it was right above our car. The way the shadows were laid out, it looked like it was like somebody turned a light bulb right above my vehicle. and I could see the the hills and everything. It went from pitch black to just like it was noon in the day, just all at once.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You also have another incident to tell us about, the three lights.
Yeah. So this was in January 2023. Me and my
Let me
wife.
digress 1 second. The
Yeah.
first one happened roughly when?
How old do you think we were? I was probably 19 or 20. So yeah.
So, okay, 5 or 6 years ago.
7 or 8, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
7 or 8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but this one only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, in 2023, the second one. Now these are the only two, sightings that I've had that I can't explain. And this one, we were driving. It wasn't too far from the area that the first one happened in. It was in Mount Sterling. We were driving. I seen these three flashing lights in the sky in formation. And at the time, like you just assume that it's probably like cell towers or something like that.
Right.
And I've lived here my whole life, and I know that there were no cell towers there, so that's what caught my interest. So I pulled over and stopped, and we watched them for, I don't know, a good 5 or 6 minutes probably. And it looked like that they were just suspended, stationary in the sky. And
At first.
At first, yeah. And I didn't even realize that they were moving. But after watching the video back, like I'd actually went in the store to grab something and came back out, and I noticed that they were in a different location.
Right.
And I was like, what happened? Did they move? She's like, yeah, they've been moving apparently. So I went back and watched my videos, and you can scrub the video back and forth, and whatever these three lights are either flying in perfect formation or they're all a part of one object. And it would have been massive. It would have been massive. It would have been the biggest aircraft. It would have been bigger than an aircraft carrier, probably.
How large would you estimate it to be if it was one object?
Probably 3/4 to close to a mile in length.
We have nothing on the face of the earth in the vicinity of that size that's
Yeah.
known. Yeah. And by the way, you and your wife have videos of this. I saw yours,
Yeah.
and you're going to send me copies of it. So
Sure.
when you listeners listen to this episode, you can also hopefully watch their video as well. A couple questions for you. One, before your first incident, what was your feelings towards UFO, alien, when you heard someone tell a story? What was your feelings about the entire subject to begin with?
I'd always watched shows and stuff growing up and had
Right.
like an interest in it, but I'm very grounded in science and physics, and trying to wrap my head around how any kind of craft could arrive here on our planet in the vastness of space seemed a little bit of a stretch. Now I'm not so sure. I think that there's things that are beyond our understanding. I think there is far more to reality than what we've been told.
Absolutely agree. One last question. When you tell this story, what do people commonly get wrong? What do they misunderstand? For the listeners, what would you like, before they get it wrong, what would you like to correct them on?
Well, I didn't see necessarily the craft. Like I said, as soon as I stepped out of the car, I looked up to where the light would be coming from. And it's like it was a weather gun or something, which is even more unsettling. It's like the act of me getting out of the car to look caused it to go off. And that was what was really strange about it.
Sure. Not only at first it's there.
Yeah.
When it does this and shuts off, you're like, it is watching me. It sees me. It's
That's-
reacting to me.
Yeah, that's what was so strange, because it's like it was stationed. Like I said, I'm pretty observant, and I saw the way the shadows were laid out. The source of light, whatever it was directly over. So when I stepped out to look, it's like it had been watching this, which is so unsettling.
Be very unnerving.
Yeah, and after that, you would think that maybe it's like honed in on us or something. But I've not had any other incidents other than the one I showed you, so I'm grateful for that. I don't want any not to visitors. But
We agree with that.
whatever that was, that definitely changed my worldview. I'll never forget it.
I think it would anyone's.
Yeah,
Would have to.
yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your story with us. We certainly appreciate it. And you have a great day.
If you have a story like Austin that you want to share with the world, reach out to us. It's simple. Go to newsworthywithsteveandjerry.com, hit the contact us button. We'll get back to you in just as fast as we possibly can. Today's episode brought to you by our great sponsors, Ed Locke at USA Mortgage and Smoking Gun Jerky of Lincoln, Nebraska. Use code CRYPTID10 for a great discount. And Jerry, if you can't see the light,
Be the light.